I was tagged in a post where a man was talking about once he became a husband and a father, his hobbies got pushed to the side. And he was letting the men know not to lose themselves. He was talking about going to the gym and how when he stopped going to the gym, he gained weight, and to stop asking for permission and just to inform. And one of my Facebook friends and mutual friends on TikTok says, "Do you allow room for your wife to have hobbies that consume several hours of her day as well?" So that is a valid question. But what is important and what I want us women to take note of is that when they want to do something, when men want to do something, do not admonish them for wanting to have their own hobbies. Understand and take cue from them that you should stop putting yourself on the back burner as well. Because truthfully speaking, a lot of us do lose ourselves once we become moms and wives. It just happens. We lose ourselves. And we could take a little bit of what they say. They are saying, stop losing yourself. I bet, ladies, take a lesson, listen to them. Listen to them and move accordingly, because their lives will not stop because they become dads and husbands. Cool. We all need to figure out how we're not going to lose ourselves. A woman on the post says women only demonize stuff like that because they're seeing their partner continue to do their hobbies while they have to stay at home with the kids. And this is true because we as moms see that things need to be done. The kid needs to be picked up at this certain amount of time. Our parents are coming in at this particular time. Dinner needs to be on the table. Homework needs to be done. Science project has to be done. So truthfully speaking, when things get put to the side, it is our hobbies and our life. But honestly, we have got to stop losing ourselves completely. We really do, because men do have man caves. Men have hobbies. Men are going to play on their Xboxes. Men are going to do what they want to do. And then just like this man said, he said, inform, don't ask. I don't mean for us as women to take that kind of cue, because honestly, we know that everything has to get done by us. Just about everything has to get done by us or things will fall apart. But what I am saying is don't completely lose yourself. Like this person says, women need to have their own hobbies. And I'm not even saying this as a tit for tat thing, because I want us all to be healthy in all aspects. But listen to men. Take a little bit of that confidence and apply it to your everyday life, because they are going to do what they want regardless. Y'all jump in the comments. All right, now, ladies, I am about to play his whole video. And I'm playing his video because I want you to listen to him. I'm not playing his video. I'm not giving his TikTok information, but obviously you can grab it yourself. But I'm not sending you to his page to like fight back or anything, because we want men to continue to talk. You need to hear what's going on in their minds, and you do that by just listening to them. This is how they are. They are not giving up their whole lives for their family. And that is perfectly fine. Just listen to them. Don't jump in. Don't try to change their minds. Don't try to make them change their words, because their deeds will still come back to them wanting to do what they're going to do. So it's best to hear it from their mouths and then act accordingly. And like I said before, I'm not saying this in a malicious way. I just want us to understand better so that we are not completely jumping into relationships and then cutting off all friends, all hobbies, all manner of, what we were before. We have to find a way to keep that ingrained in us. So here is this man's conversation. Now, after listening to him, I want us to all have a conversation.
Man, some of the most unhappiest men I've ever seen is a man that's trying to fight to be faithful to one woman.
Young men, listen. This is true, and I'm going to tell you where y'all make the mistake. Because in the beginning of marriage and having children and all that, I fell into the same pit. And that's because not only are we taught that we come last after we provide for everybody, women and children are too. Everyone is taught that. So it becomes the natural way of doing things. And when you first get married, especially when you have kids, the first thing you start to see is the hobbies that you've already had become this demonized way of living your life. Like if you were a gamer and you play too many games, less than you did before, but still, you play too many games, they're not gonna like that. For me specifically, it was how many times I went to the gym a day. I still get in two a day sometimes, but it has to be around everyone else's schedule. And you'll start to realize, especially your wife, she's gonna start to be upset when you do anything for yourself. And that's wrong, but it's up to you to fix it because it's your life. And a lot of guys get stuck at that point in their marriage because they never, ever fix it. What do I mean by fix it? That's very simple. Your wife, you getting up to go to the gym, and your wife, you're going to the gym again? You already went this morning. You look at her dead in her face and you say, and I'm going again. That's the end of the story. That is the only way to fix it. That's how I fixed it. That's how other men in my life I know have fixed it. Because to be completely honest, for me specifically, my entire life, other than going to work out once or twice a day, was my wife, my kids, keeping the house clean, going to work, doing everything. And it'll really piss you off when the little thing you do for an hour a day, right, gets demonized. Like, I can't believe you're going to play the game. And let me show y'all something real quick. This is what happens. This is how you end up looking when you put everyone before yourself. This is the one time I fell out of shape. I looked like this for a while. This is how I looked before that. I ended up looking like this because my wife was pregnant. I was working extra shifts and flipping on eBay. I was eating crazy, working out, and then the kids got here. And I was still eating crazy and taking care of kids and going to work and just putting myself last. I couldn't stand to look in the mirror. And then one day I said, you know what? I'm going back to the old me. I've been that fat fucker for too long. And the second I flipped that switch, everybody was like, no, you have a family now. And my kids gonna be like, daddy's built like a brick house, okay? 4 months later, I was back to normal. From simply telling everybody, no, I'm going back to the old me. And when I say everybody, I mean everybody. Even my parents were like, you know, you might just have to leave the gym behind, you know? Just stay in good shape, might want to do you some cardio. You have kids now. And my wife was the same. Well, you just can't do the same things that you did before. But at a certain point, when does accountability fall on the person? You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to really be okay with looking at myself fat in the mirror. No, sir. No, sir. So the men who struggle with marriage and being with one woman and putting yourself last, stop it. I know that's like, are you homeless? Buy a house. But that's one of those things where it's like, you can just tell everybody no and choose yourself for an hour a day. And that's just with something like working out. If you play video games and you used to game all day, right? And now you work all day and come home and see your wife and play with the kids, you still deserve an hour of playing video games. Bro, hop on Fortnite, hop on Call of Duty. If you used to go fishing every weekend, right? Now, still go fishing. Just maybe don't stay for as long as you used to. The only things I'll say that a young man needs to stop once he gets married and has kids and all that is maybe like if you're super into racing motorcycles or cars or anything dangerous that could take you from the earth, you might want to pump the brakes on that. Other than that, you're going to realize a lot of the things that you used to do as hobbies are going to be demonized. Be the devil.